All right, 1119 Broad Street. Let's check it out. So you can tell the division between the size of the streets from this side of Broad Street so this is headed north, okay? And then south Broad Street, well, it's headed that way, and there's a little jog in the road. You notice the difference between where the trees are placed, how wide the road is. This was built after that side right there. So you can see a little bit of wider space. Some of the trees are missing, including the one in the front yard here. Give you a quick glance around the neighborhood. I've actually been in several of these homes. And this one is going to be a stark contrast from the last property that I showed you. This home appears to need a little bit of love. But it is brick, which means that maintenance is going to be low. So let's go ahead and start with the exterior of this property. Just like before, surprisingly, this concrete pad looks amazing. There's not a crack on it. It looks flat. It looks good. What I'm looking for in this brick exterior is any areas to where it has pulled apart, which is going to be very, very common. So I believe, you've got some paint chipping right here on the fascia board right there. Not really a concern. Now, I believe that at some point that was a separate garage from the actual main structure, and then they just completed that. You got some weeds to get rid of out here, whatnot. But this gives you a great opportunity to make this property your own. Windows, vinyl windows, double pane. Front of the home. Again, what I'm looking for, ooh, boom, things like that. So not a big deal, but you're definitely, have some rot in the boards back there, and that is going to need to be probably pulled apart. Oh, my camera is freaking out. It did not like that. So that's going to need to be pulled apart. Those bricks come out of there, and then rework that to make sure there's no moisture that's going to destroy the front of your home. Peek in the backyard, we'll get back there. Oh, you got an aspen tree in your yard though, that's pretty cool. Again, the brick looks like surprisingly good. A lot of these settle, and you end up with spaces in between those bricks. Again, doesn't impact the structure, just something to keep an eye on. All right, so right when you walk in, built-in custom bookshelves right here. And you have your sitting room or living room or family room or whatever the heck you want to call it. Again, vinyl windows, so these have been replaced. This does look like it needs this is pulling apart. This actually looks pretty good. Doesn't look like there was any water damage that I can see there. And guys, you're gonna see that white dot, or that dot right there. That is something that is on the inside of my lens. I cannot get rid of it. It's a pain in the butt. So coming back out, and now we'll shoot this kitchen area. So kitchen, dining room, and then this overlooks another living room area right there, which has actually got kind of a cool feature I'll show you guys in a second. So this whole entire kitchen needs to be ripped out and replaced. You see a bunch of rot down there. I guess if you are savvy, you probably could salvage a lot of this kitchen. I have this same light in my house, and I have been trying to get rid of it for years. I have not actually figured out how to get it out of there yet. Every time I try, I get a little frustrated and want to just beat it out of there with a hammer. But I know that I'm just gonna have to patch up drywall, and I'm not interested in doing that. Let's take a trip down the hallway. So interestingly enough, they have these, this was cut out for whatever reason, but to see this door work as good as it does in this home that's this old is actually pretty darn cool. So coming up on bedroom number 1. And again, this is just a matter of paint, flooring, little drywall, have your standard size closet in there. And we'll pop out of here, pop into the first bathroom here. Oh, and look at this funky tile. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would just paint match that color green right there for an accent wall and leave these up here, because there's no way you could ever buy those again. And something to be said about nostalgia there right there as well. Pretty darn cool. I always love finding stuff in these homes. So we're gonna do this bedroom. So there's linen closet here that mirrors the same linen closet that is going to be on that side of the hallway right there. And then this bedroom is slightly larger than the bedroom that we were just in. Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh, somebody got murdered in here. I'm just kidding, guys. Looks like melted crayon to me. Ask me how I know that. I have 2 kids. And this is something that you don't see in other homes, obviously, are these built-in type storage units, which, you know, gives it a little bit of flair. I don't know about that fix, though, with expandable foam. Holy smokes. Man, it looks like somebody broke that off of there. They patched it up with some screws and some expandable foam. Interesting choice for that repair. And then here we have the primary. Primary is going to be good size. Lots of built-in storage in here. And actually, you could make this room quite a bit wider if you rip this out. Probably going to gain about 2.5 feet of space in this room if you decide to get rid of those. But I'm going to share with you guys real quick one of the sizzle features of this home. Are you ready? Let's go. Now this window, not sizzle feature, but damn good window. Sucker's huge. So as we walk in here, here is your primary bathroom. Oh my gosh, we've got gold fixtures in here. We've got the crown molding up top. And here's the sizzle feature. Are you ready? Do you remember seeing these from the front of the home? You guessed it. That is the front door. So that's just in case you're running a little bit late. Oh my gosh, you got to go to the bathroom. You hop in the front door and boom, you're right in the bathroom. Again, pocket doors, pretty darn cool. This bathroom could be reworked in a number of different ways if you so chose to do that. But let's keep on cruising because we've got the backyard. We've got the other living space. Oh, sorry, that is the water heater in that far closet. Cruising back through the house. And we've got this space right here. So like I said, I believe this was an addition because you step out of that and then here's the brick exterior, which is now the interior of this, what I would call breezeway or addition here. And this is really cool. Wood fire stove. You gotta have it because that sucker would probably heat a lot of the house. And then this just allows you to come into your garage. So here's the thing, is that that room could simply be used, oh, look at all that. So you see, this is from water that got up into that press board and rotted all that out. Sheetrock soaked up a little bit of water. It's on both sides, it's a garage, but I definitely just want to show you the condition of this property. And this garage feels bigger than a 2-car garage. I'm definitely not going to call it a 3, but it does feel pretty big. And you guys hear that little machine right there. That is what is called an ozone machine, and it is typically put in homes to remove smells. So this is kind of one of the cool features of this home right here, because this used to be the rear back window, but they removed it out and kind of put in this bar / parfait area right there, which is pretty neat. And then right here would be your laundry room or laundry closet, which means you can walk right in through the door, either from the left or the right, kick your shoes and boots off, throw your dirty clothes right in the washing machine. Pretty cool. Let's go check out the backyard. Again, just want to check out the brick on the home. And again, looks really, really solid. And then there's your backyard. I mean, this is a big backyard, and that is a beautiful tree. There's the shape of it is just looking cool. So this backyard does have a lot of potential, because you have a pretty darn big space back here. Ooh, I found another sizzle feature. Here's your water feature right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Fill that sucker up. Put a little thing in there. You got a water fountain in your backyard. So this does create some privacy back here with the privacy fence and also the trees there. And we've got a shed. Should we look in here? Oh my gosh, who knows what the heck we're gonna find. Nothing. Okay, not as exciting as when I typically peek in creepy old sheds. And then there is the north side of the home there. And we'll chuck the camera into the alley. I can't get out of here, but this is how you enter in the property. Give you an alley shot. Did I already say it was a stinking beautiful day? Well, if I haven't, it most certainly is. Guys, thank you for joining me on this property tour. You guys know exactly what to do. Call me, text me if you guys have questions or want to make an offer. We'll chat soon.